To me, fair friend, you never can be old, for as you were when first your eye I eyed, such seems your beauty still. 3 winters cold have from the forest shook 3 summers tried. 3 beauteous springs to yellow autumn turned, in process of the seasons have I seen. 3 April perfumes in 3 hot Junes burned, since first I saw you fresh, which yet are green. Ah, yet doth beauty like a dial hand steal from his figure, and no pace perceive. So your sweet hue, which methinks still doth stand, hath motion, and mine eye may be deceived. For fear of which, hear this, thou age unbred. Ere you were born, was beauty's summer dead. Drink to me only with thine eyes, and I will pledge with mine. Or leave a kiss but in the cup, and I'll not look for wine. The thirst that from the soul doth rise, doth ask a drink divine. But might I of Jove's nectar sup, I would not change for thine. I sent thee late a rosy wreath, not so much honoring thee, as giving it a hope that there it could not withered be. But thou thereon didst only breathe, and sent'st it back to me, since when it grows and smells, I swear, not of itself, but thee. A slumber did my spirit feel. I had no human fear. She seemed a thing that could not feel the touch of earthly years. No motion has she now, no force. She neither hears nor sees. Rolled round in earth's diurnal course, with rock and stone and tree. Oh, what can ail thee, knight-at-arms, alone and palely loitering? The sedge is withered from the lake, and no birds sing. Oh, what can ail thee, knight-at-arms, so haggard and so woe-begone? The squirrel's granary is full, and the harvest's done. I see a lily on thy brow, with anguish moist and fever dew, and on thy cheek a fading rose fast withereth too. I met a lady in the mead, full beautiful, a fairy's child. Her hair was long, her foot was light, and her eyes were wild. I made a garland for her head, and bracelets too, and fragrant zone. She looked at me as she did love, and made sweet moan. I set her on my pacing steed, and nothing else saw all day long. For sidelong would she bend and sing a fairy song. She found me roots of relish sweet, and honey wild, and manna dew, and sure in language strange she said, I love thee true. She took me to her elfin grot, and there she wept and sighed full sore, and there I shut her wild, wild eyes with kisses for. And there she lulled me asleep, and there I dreamed, ah, woe betide, the latest dream I ever dreamed on the cold hillside. I saw pale kings and princes too, pale warriors, death pale were they all. They cried, La belle dame sans merci hath thee enthralled. I saw their starved lips in the gloam, with horrid warning gaped wide, And I woke and found me here on the cold hillside. And this is why I sojourn here, alone and palely loitering, though the sedge is withered from the lake, and no birds sing. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deeps or skies burns the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare seize the fire? What the hammer, what the chain? In what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil? What dread grasp dare its deadly terrors clasp? When the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamb make thee? Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry? Say not the struggle naught availeth, the labour and the wounds are vain. The enemy faints not, nor faileth, and as things have been they remain. If hopes were dupes, fears may be liars. It may be in yon smoke concealed. Your comrades chase e'en now the flyers, and but for you possess the field. For while the tired waves vainly breaking seem here no painful inch to gain, far back through creeks and inlets making comes silent, flooding in the main. And not by eastern windows only, when daylight comes in the light. In front the sun climbs slow, how slowly, but westward look, the land is bright. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes, thus mellowed to that tender light which heaven to gaudy day denies. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace which waves in every raven tress, or softly lightens o'er her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure, how dear their dwelling place. And on that cheek and o'er that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tell of days in goodness spent, a mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent. Earth has not anything to show more fair. Dull would he be of soul who could pass by a sight so touching in its majesty. This city now doth like a garment wear the beauty of the morning, silent, bare. Ships, towers, domes, theatres, and temples lie open unto the fields and to the sky, all bright and glittering in the smokeless air. Never did sun more beautifully steep in his first splendor valley, rock, or hill. Ne'er saw I, never felt a calm so deep. The river glideth at his own sweet will. Dear God, the very houses seem asleep, and all that mighty heart is lying still. Alan a Dale has no faggot for burning. Alan a Dale has no furrow for turning. Alan a Dale has no fleece for the spinning. Yet Alan a Dale has red gold for the winning. Come read me my riddle, come hearken my tale, and tell me the craft of bold Alan a Dale. The Baron of Ravensworth prances in pride, and he views his domains upon Arkindale side. The mere for his net and the land for his game, the chase for the wild and the park for the tame. Yet the fish of the lake and the deer of the vale are less free to Lord Dacre than Alan a Dale. Alan a Dale was ne'er belted a knight, though his spur be as sharp and his blade be as bright. Alan a Dale is no baron or lord, yet 20 tall yeomen will draw at his word. And the best of our nobles his bonnet will veil, who at Reacross on Stanmore meets Alan a Dale. Alan a Dale to his wooing is come, the mother she asks of his household and home. Though the castle of Richmond stands fair on the hill, my hall, quoth bold Alan, shows gallanter still. 'Tis the blue vault of heaven with its crescent so pale, and with all its bright spangles, said Alan a Dale. The father was steel and the mother was stone. They lifted the latch and they bade him begone. But loud on the morrow their wail and their cry. He had laughed on the lass with his bonny black eye, and she fled to the forest to hear a love tale, and the youth it was told by was Alan a Dale. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediment. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his heights be taken. Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error and upon me prove, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. When to the sessions of sweet silent thought I summon up remembrance of things past, I sigh the lack of many a thing I sought, and with old woes new wail my dear time's waste. Then can I drown an eye unused to flow for precious friends hid in death's dateless night, and moan the expense of many a vanished sight. Then can I grieve at grievances forgone, and heavily from woe to woe tell o'er the sad account of far bemoaned moan, which I knew pay as if not paid before. But if the while I think on thee, dear friend, all losses are restored and sorrows end. Fear no more the heat of the sun, nor the furious winter's rages. Thou thy worldly task hast done, home art gone, and pain thy wages. Golden lads and girls all must, as chimney sweepers, come to dust. Fear no more the frown of the great, thou art past the tyrant's stroke. Care no more to clothe and eat, to thee the reed is as the oak. The scepter, learning, physic must all follow this and come to dust. Fear no more the lightning flash, nor the all-dreaded thunderstone. Fear not slander, censure rash. Thou hast finished joy and moan. All lovers young, all lovers must consign to thee and come to dust. Behold her single in the field, yon solitary highland lass, reaping and singing by herself. Stop here or gently pass. Alone she cuts and binds the grain, and sings a melancholy strain. Oh, listen, for the vale profound is overflowing with the sound. No nightingale did ever chant more welcome notes to weary bands of travellers in some shady haunt among Arabian sands. A voice so thrilling ne'er was heard in springtime from the cuckoo bird, breaking the silence of the seas among the farthest Hebrides. Will no one tell me what she sings? Perhaps the plaintive numbers flow for old, unhappy, far-off things and battles long ago. Or is it some more humble lay, familiar matter of today, some natural sorrow, loss, or pain that has been and may be again? Whate'er the theme, the maiden sang as if her song could have no ending. I saw her singing at her work and o'er the sickle bending. I listened, motionless and still, and as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore, long after it was heard no more. Sweet and low, wind of the western sea. Low, low, breathe and blow, wind of the western sea. Over the rolling waters go, come from the dying moon and blow, blow him again to me. While my little one, while my pretty one sleeps. Sleep and rest, sleep and rest. Father will come to thee soon. Rest, rest on mother's breast. Father will come to thee soon. Father will come to his babe in the nest. Silver sails all out of the west, under the silver moon. Sleep, my little one. Sleep, my pretty one, sleep. Here a little child I stand, heaving up my either hand. Cold as paddocks though they be, here I lift them up to thee. For a benison to fall on our meat and on us all. It is good to be out on the road and going one knows not where, going through the meadow and village, one knows not whither nor why, through the grey light drift of the dust, in the keen cool rush of the air, under the flying white clouds and the broad blue lifts of the sky, and to halt at the chattering brook in the tall green fern at the brink, where the harebell grows and the gorse and the foxgloves purple and white, where the shy-eyed delicate deer come down in a troop to drink, when the stars are mellow and large, at the coming on of the night. Oh, to feel the beat of the rain and the homely smell of the earth is a tune for the blood to jig to, a joy past power of words. And the blessed green comely meadows are all a ripple with mirth at the noise of the lambs at play and the dear wild cry of the bird. When fishes flew and forests walked and figs grew upon thorn, some moment when the moon was blood, then surely I was born. With monstrous head and sickening cry, and ears like errant wings, the devil's walking parody on all four-footed things. The tattered outlaw of the earth, of ancient crooked will, starve, scourge, deride me, I am dumb. I keep my secret still. Fool, but I also had my hour, one far fierce hour and sweet. There was a shout about my ears and palms before my feet. This is the weather the cuckoo likes, and so do I. When showers betumble the chestnut spikes and nestlings fly, and the little brown nightingale builds his best, and they sit outside at the traveller's rest, and maids come forth sprig muslin dressed, and citizens dream of the south and west, and so do I. This is the weather the shepherd shuns, and so do I. When beaches drip in browns and duns, and thresh and fly, the hill-hid tides throb throw on throw, and meadow rivulets overflow, and drops on gate bars hang in a row, and rooks in families homeward go, and so do I. Thistle and darnel and dock grew there, and a bush in the corner of May. On the orchard wall I used to sprawl in the blazing heat of the day, half asleep and half awake, while the birds went twittering by, and nobody there my loan to share but Nicholas Nye. Nicholas Nye was lean and grey, lame of a leg and old. More than a score of donkey's years he had seen since he was foaled. He munched the thistle, purple and spiked, would sometimes stoop and sigh, and turn to his head as if he said, "Poor Nicholas Nye." Alone with his shadow he'd drowse in the meadow, lazily swinging his tail. At break of day he used to bray, not much too hearty and hale. But a wonderful gumption was under his skin, and a clear, calm light in his eyes. And once in a while he'd smile, would Nicholas Nye. Seemed to be smiling at me, he would, from his bush in the corner of May. Bony and ownerless, widowed and warm, novel-kneed, lonely and grey. And over the grass would seem to pass, 'neath the deep dark blue of the sky, something much better than words between me and Nicholas Nye. But dusk would come in the apple boughs, the green of the glowworm shine. The birds in nest would crouch to rest, and home I'd trudge to mine. And there in the moonlight, dark with dew, asking not wherefore nor why, would brood like a ghost, and as still as a post, old Nicholas Nye. I think of a flower that no eye ever hath seen, the springs in the solitary air. Is it no one's joy? It is beautiful as a queen without a kingdom's care. We have built houses for beauty and costly shrines and a throne in all men's view. But she was far on a hill where the morning shines, and her steps were lost in the dew. Quinquarim of Nineveh from distant Ophir, rowing home to haven in sunny Palestine, with a cargo of ivory and apes and peacocks, sandalwood, cedar wood, and sweet white wine. Stately Spanish galleon coming from the isthmus, dipping through the tropics by the palm green shore, with a cargo of diamonds, emeralds, amethysts, topazes and cinnamon and gold moy d'or. Dirty British coaster with a salt-caked smokestack, butting through the channel in the mad March days, with a cargo of pine coal, road rail, pig lead, firewood, ironware, and cheap tin trays. Under the long fell stony eaves, the ploughman going up and down, ridge after ridge man's tide mark leaves, and turns the hard grey soil to brown. Striding, he measures out the earth in lines of light to rain and sun, and every year that comes to birth sees him still striding on and on. The seasons change and then return, yet still in blind, unsparing ways. However I may shrink or yearn, the ploughman measures out my day. His acre brought forth roots last year. This year it bears the gloomy grain. Next spring shall seedling grass appear, then roots and corn and grass again. 5 times the young corn's pallid green I have seen spread and change and thrill. 5 times the reapers I have seen go creeping up the far-off hill. And as the unknowing ploughman climbs slowly and inveterately, I wonder long how many times the corn will spring again for me. Now is the folding time of the weary moon. The leaves of the dreaming lime, like girls, will gossip soon. Give me thy side, O death, for my hands to break, while morning with all her breath sings for beauty's sake. It was the rainbow gave thee birth, and left thee all her lovely hues. And as her mother's name was dear, so runs it in thy blood to choose for haunts the lonely pool, and keep in company with trees that weep. Go you, and with such glorious hues, live with proud peacocks in green parks, on lawns as smooth as shining glass. Let every feather show its mark. Get thee on boughs and clap thy wings before the windows of proud kings. Nay, lovely bird, thou art not vain. Thou hast no proud, ambitious mind. I also love a quiet place that's green, away from all mankind. A lonely pool, and let a tree sigh with her bosom over me. A song of enchantment I sang me there, in a green, green wood by waters fair. Just as the words came up to me, I sang it under the wildwood tree. Widdershins turned eyes, singing it low, watching the wild birds come and go. No cloud in the deep dark blue to be seen, under the thick thatched branches green. Twilight came, silence came, the planet of evening's silver flame. By darkening paths I wandered through thickets trembling with drops of dew. But the music is lost and the words are gone of the song I sang as I sat alone. Ages and ages have fallen on me, on the wood and the pool and the elder tree. You are old, Father William, the young man said, and your hair has become very white, and yet you incessantly stand on your head. You think at your age it is right? In my youth, Father William replied to his son, I feared it might injure the brain, but now that I'm perfectly sure I have none, why, I do it again and again. You are old, said the youth, as I mentioned before, and have grown most uncommonly fat. Yet you turned a back somersault in at the door. Pray, what is the reason of that? In my youth, said the sage, as he shook his grey locks, I kept all my limbs very supple by the use of this ointment, 1 shilling the box. Allow me to sell you a couple. You are old, said the youth, and your jaws are too weak for anything tougher than suet. Yet you finished the goose with the bones and the beak. Pray, how did you manage to do it? In my youth, said his father, I took to the law and argued each case with my wife, and the muscular strength which it gave to my jaw has lasted the rest of my life. You're old, said the youth. One would hardly suppose that your eye was as steady as ever. Yet you balanced the meal on the end of your nose. What made you so awfully clever? I've answered 3 questions, and that is enough, said his father. Don't give yourself airs. Do you think I can listen all day to such stuff? Be off, or I'll kick you downstairs.